For past decades, people on plant-based diets were restricted to soya-based options to recreate dairy until veganism went mainstream and lots of alternatives emerged such as almond, coconut, cashew, and oat-based milk. There was even a potato milk created in Sweden. All of these milk alternatives were praised for its sustainability but criticized for deriving from another simple carbohydrate. What researchers are turning to now is genuine dairy milk made in a lab. This is also known as lab-grown dairy. In today's world, cow milk is starting to have an image problem. Every liter of it produced globally creates around 3 kilograms of greenhouse gases. This is according to a study done by two University of Oxford agricultural researchers and professors, Joseph Poore and Thomas Niemek. Plant-based milks made from everything from soya to oats are being marketed as a more planet-friendly alternative. But the taste is not identical to cow's milk and they do not behave in the same way in cooking. For example, vegan cheese does not melt the same in a pan the way regular cheese does. We've seen lab-made meat grow in popularity in the recent years, and it seems to be dairy's turn to do the same thing. The global dairy market is worth around $700 billion, and a growing number of startups all the way from Silicon Valley to Singapore are rapidly joining the beginning of the race to create the first imitations cow's milk to disrupt the giant industry. They do this by artificially reproducing the proteins and whey, making it suitable for mass market consumption. Scientists say it will recreate dairy's authentic mouthfeel and temperature resistance and constitute the perfect texture for vegan cheese capable of melting just like the real thing. Now, lab-grown milk does not require cows or other animals, obviously. It can have the same biochemical makeup as animal milk, but it's grown using an emerging biotechnology technique known as precision fermentation that produces biomass cultured from cells. More than 80% of the world's population consumes dairy products on a daily basis. They have been increasing calls to move beyond animal-based food systems to a more sustainable form of food production. Synthetic milks offer dairy milk without concerns such as methane emissions or animal welfare, but it must overcome many challenges and pitfalls to become a fair, sustainable, and viable alternative to animal-based milk. And keep in mind, this isn't a sci-fi fantasy. The United States, for an example, Perfect Day Company supplies animal-free protein made from microflora, which is used to make ice cream, protein powder, and milk. In Australia, startup company Eden Brew has been developing synthetic milk at Werribee in Victoria. The company has raised $25 million this year alone. Their main target are consumers that are increasingly concerned over climate change and, in particular, the contribution of methane from dairy cows. CSIRO, which is short form for the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, reportedly developed the technology behind the Eden Brew product. The process starts with yeast and uses precision fermentation to produce the same proteins found in cow's milk. The research organization says these proteins give milk many of its key properties and contribute to its creamy texture and frothing ability. Minerals, sugars, fats, and flavors are added to the protein base to create the final product. Also in Australia, the All G Foods company this month raised $16.9 million USD to accelerate the production of its synthetic milk. Within 7 years, the company projects its lab-made milk to be cheaper than actual cow's milk. If the synthetic milk industry can achieve this cost on average, it definitely has the potential to disrupt the billion-dollar dairy industry. It could steer humanity further away from the traditional animal agriculture towards different food systems that doesn't compromise taste or texture. A report in 2019 had a very bold claim suggesting, quote, "By 2030, the number of cows in the US will have fallen by 50% and the cattle farming industry will be bankrupt. All other livestock industries will have suffered a similar fate, while the knock-on effects for crop farmers and businesses throughout the value chain will be severe." End quote. The report also stated that the precision fermentation industry will create at least 700,000 jobs in the US alone. Now, let's take a step back and look at this from a 30,000 feet view. Is lab-grown dairy the future? The synthetic milk industry must grow exponentially before becoming a sizable threat to the animal-based dairy milk. This will require a lot of capital and investment in research and development, as well as new manufacturing infrastructure such as fermentation tanks and bioreactors. Production of conventional animal milk in the south of the globe now outshines that of the north half of the globe, largely due to the rapid population growth across Asia. The traditional dairy industry is not going away anytime soon. While this technology has huge potential for environmental and animal welfare gains, it comes with challenges and potential downsides. What's more is lab-grown milk could further displace many people from the global dairy sector. For example, if large traditional dairy companies are moving into lab-grown milk, where does that leave the dairy farmers? As lab-grown dairy gains lots of grounds in the coming years, we must guard against replicating existing inequalities in the current food system. And on top of this, the dairy sector must recognize it's on the cusp of a pivotal change. In the face of multiple threats, it should maximize the social benefits of both animal-based dairy and minimize its contribution to climate change. So, what are your thoughts on lab-made dairy? Would you like to make the switch? Comment below. And while you're at it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new tech video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.